Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. So, before we dive into today's episode, which is all of the spoilers and latest gossip, tea, and drama surrounding the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 13 reunion. So, they've officially filmed the reunion. People are spilling the tea. There's a lot of drama and predictions going on. So we are just going to have a lot of fun and yeah. So as we go through, be sure to drop your name, drop your candy canes, where you're listening from in the chat box, drop your questions in your comments. Let's have a really fun time, okay? And so before we dive in, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. So with that, let's go. So first up, let's talk about how the reunion and honestly, this entire season has been Kyle Richards versus the girls. Okay. So Kyle was on her Amazon Live and she really spilled some of the tea. So we're going to do an overview of what Kyle has said about the reunion. And then I'm going to break down. Oh, I'm hiding Garcelle's face. Okay. And then I'm going to break down my predictions for each of the ladies with Kyle versus them. So let's first start with the overview. So this is from Reality Blurb. It says Kyle Richards dishes on scary Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion, Dorit feud, and who got the most heat, plus Erika's Watch What Happens live diss and Lisa Rinna update. Kyle Richards was asked to describe the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion in 5 words during a recent appearance on Amazon Live. And don't worry, guys, you know I have that clip, and so we will be watching it in just a bit. In addition to sharing who was in the hot seat the most, naming the cast members with the best looks, and confirming if the group got resolution, Kyle spoke of her future with Dorit, reacted to Erika, saying she hoped Andy Cohen would eviscerate her at the taping, and revealed if she's seen Rinna lately. Torture is 1 word, and anxiety provoking, that's 2 words, sorry. Stressful, scary, emotional, Kyle said of the reunion on Amazon Live on February 6th. As for who got the most heat, Kyle named herself, Dorit, and Sutton. I would say I was definitely in the hot seat a lot, I would say. Yeah. I think Dorit was, I think Sutton, she stated. She then named Garcelle and Erika as the cast members with the best looks. Although the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 12 reunion saw utter chaos between her and her sister Kathy, Kyle confirmed she had a much better luck this time around when it came to getting closure. I felt better leaving than going, absolutely, which is always my goal, which is why last year was so depressing to me and so sad. I've never had that. That was by far the worst reunion leaving there. We didn't even take a picture, didn't hug, didn't cheer. I just went home and cried, she recalled. I mean, yeah, you went home and you cried because you and the faux Fox 5 got exposed and read for filth for an entire season all over the internet, and yes, at the reunion. None of you guys should have had the privilege of closure. Kyle, you and Lisa Rinna and Erika Jane and Ding Dong Dorit, y'all did so many women so dirty. Not just last season, but for all of the seasons. Your own sister, Yolanda Hadid, Denise Richards. You even did Camille dirty as hell. Not to mention what you guys did to Garcelle last season. Like, stop. You deserve to go home and cry. All of you guys did. And all of you deserve the smoke that Kathy gave you. So I guess I'm happy you had a better reunion with your sister this time. Fine. But don't play the victim and act like you didn't get what you got because you deserved it. Because you did. Anyway, let's keep going. She says, I felt good coming out of the reunion, and I felt very relieved to be able to say that. All the things that I had, that had hurt me through this season, I was able to address. And I felt like I felt their feeling a lot lighter. So that's always a goal for me. Again, like, the problem with Kyle is that she never can see her role in the mess. She doesn't see her role in her, failing marriage with Mauricio. She doesn't see her role in how all of the women are really not messing with her this season. She doesn't see her role in how all of her sisters don't really mess with her like that. If your husband can't be bothered, if your friend group / coworkers cannot be bothered, your family cannot be bothered, the common denominator is you. If you're having all of these problems in your interpersonal relationships, most likely you are at fault. And she still doesn't take any personal responsibility. Doesn't mean that other people aren't at fault. Doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means you're not taking accountability for the role that you play in the demise of these relationships. When the entire world is against you, you got to look in the mirror. Obviously, there are certain situations where that's not true, but with Kyle, it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that blanketly. Anyway, while Dorit recently said she and Kyle did not go into the reunion on good terms, Kyle said she was hopeful that they'd be close again soon. I can always, repair things with someone if I cared about them, so yes, she stated. She's also not holding a grudge against Erika for her Watch What Happens Live diss. She actually gave me a heads up about it. I was kind of just confused because we are friends and I love her and value her friendship. I honestly think it was because she was so grilled last year. She felt like she was on trial at the reunion. So she was like, it's someone else's turn, Kyle explained. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit more into her dynamics with Dorit and with Erika when I get to Dorit and Erika's little section during the live. But I'll say this to preface this. Kyle, you're a liar. Number one, you don't like Dorit anymore. Just be honest with it. You don't like her. You don't like her because of the rumor she was having sex with your husband. And you don't like her because she had the audacity to say, hey, maybe you could take some accountability with your sister and with the whole Kathy stuff last reunion. And you said this yourself. So don't act like you actually want to be close with Dorit again. The reason why you want to be close with Dorit again is the same reason why you are now backtracking on feeling some type of way about Erika saying she wanted you eviscerated. It's because you need allies and you know you don't have any. You most likely do want to come back for next season, but you realize you are now an island. And so you're now trying to recoup and rebuild those friendships, not because you actually want to be friends with them, but because you realize you do no longer have any alliances. So that's why now you're backtracking with Erika, and that's why now you're like, I want to be close to Dorit again. Yeah, because you need someone to film with you. Anne Marie, I doubt she's coming back, and that was a complete flop. So Kyle knows that she needs allies, she needs alliances, and she's pretty much on an island by herself. So now, yes, of course, she wants to backtrack because it's after the reunion, she wants to get a contract. So, girl, stop. Regarding her recent contact with Lisa Rinna, Kyle revealed they recently bumped into each other at a sushi restaurant. I saw Rinna, she was great, and I've been looking at her Instagram and she is just killing it as like a model now. I just like really love that. I mean, she looks amazing, Kyle gushed. Girl, stop trying to make Rinna happen. She's on pause for a reason. She then was questioned about her favorite season on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It was very hard for me to say, Kyle admitted. Honestly, it's sad. But the ones that stand out are my least favorite because I just don't know. I guess that's just how life is. But I have a lot of great moments on the show and a lot of not great moments on the show, good and bad. Even this season, I had a very challenging time, but we also had some fun times too. I really do love the girls' trips, just being with the girls there. Kyle, please. You were just on what do you call it? You were just on Jeff Lewis Live talking about I don't know these hoes. We did an episode on it, how Kyle basically was like, I don't talk to these women unless we're filming. I don't know what's going on in their life. Why are they asking me what's going on in mine? And I'm like, what? Kyle, you just said on Jeff Lewis Live, you don't know these hoes. Like, at least pretend that you guys are actually friends for the sake of the show, because the whole show is about friendships, forming female friendships, mending female friendships, what that looks like. And for you to get on the show and be like, I don't know these people, you even dissed Morgan Wade because that PR relationship contract is over. You were on Just Lewis being like, she's just a chick in the rotation. She's just one of the many people I text every day. You were just like, Morgan's on rotation. She's just a chick on the roster because that contract is over. So Kyle, girl, stop. But let's watch what she had to say on Amazon Live, and then we'll get into more of the specifics. All right, here we go.
H asks, how would you describe the reunion in 5 words? I don't even know. Torture is one word. Anxiety provoking. It's 2 words. Sorry. Stressful, scary, emotional. You know. Okay. Who do you think got the most heat at the reunion? Well, I would say I was definitely in the hot seat a lot. I would say, yeah, I think Dorit was. I mean, gosh, I think Sutton. You know, H says, other than your own, whose reunion look was your fave? Whose reunion look was my fave? I am going to go with Garcelle and Erika. I'll pick 2. Do you feel any sense of resolve by the end of the reunion? Yes, I did, for sure. I felt better leaving than going, absolutely, which is always my goal, which is why last year was so depressing to me and so sad. I've never had, that was by far the worst reunion. Leaving there, we didn't even take a picture. We didn't like hug. We didn't cheer. Nothing. And we usually go out after to eat or something. No, we were there too late. I just went home and cried. Oh well. Okay, so
again, Kyle playing the victim. She seemed a little. Now, you guys, this is the human in me. She seemed a little sad and down and just, I don't know, like, I'm not the biggest, like, Kyle fan, but just like human to human, woman to woman, I think that Kyle needs to take a break and really focus on herself. Not even like no kiki, none of that. Like in real, like human to human, I think she needs to take a pause and really just focus on herself and getting her mind right. Because something isn't, I don't know, something's a little off, a little tick, I don't know. And I want her to be good in like a real human way. So that's kind of how I feel about that. But let me know what you guys think on Kyle spilling the tea on season 13 reunion spoilers and bombshells. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So with that, let's move on to me breaking down how season 13 reunion is going to be all about Kyle versus the girls.